it's Dina. Hi Hope Crew, hi YouTube. Tonight I want to start a new series that I'm calling We the People. One of the things that I did for about 20 years was I was a college teacher, and I studied a lot about how people persuade each other, and this was grounded in the history of what we call rhetoric and ethics. And so in order to start this class, this little mini YouTube class, I want us to look tonight at the preamble to the Constitution. So many of us learned this as kids if we were growing up in 1976, because this was the 200-year anniversary of the United States being established 1776. And there were a lot of public announcements, there were a lot of things that we learned as children that were important to us as children that haven't really been taught in the years since that. So I'm going to teach you the little song tonight that we learned as kids. I did a video of it. It's, terrible. I haven't sung or played washboard in a while, but I did it. And it was a lot of fun. I got my husband to film it, so maybe check that out. But I'll sing it for you here now, and you can just remember what it sounded like if you remember it in your brain. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. So we grew up with that little song. Tonight what I want to do is just take a few minutes and break it down and say, what is this actually saying? What does our Constitution say? And before we even get into what the Constitution says, let's look at what the introduction to the Constitution says, because that's what this is. It's called the Preamble to the Constitution. And so it's really just one long sentence. And it starts out, "We, the people of the United States." And the verbs that go with that, the rest of the sentence are, "We do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." That's all it says. We ordain and establish this Constitution, we the people of the United States. To ordain is to make something official. And to establish it means to put it into practice, to put it into motion. So you're actually going to do something with it now that you have agreed to make it work. You establish. And so this is the basic sentence. But now, in order to form a more perfect union, this is very important. It doesn't say we have to do this. It doesn't say we have to do this all the time. It doesn't say that in order to survive, the United States has to do these things. It says, in order to form a more perfect union. This means that in order to respect each other as states, in order to respect the individual state rights that the founding of the Constitution in the United States was based on, they say, hey, we're going to be respectful that your state might want something different than our state wants. Okay, so in order to form a more perfect union, we do these things. Well, what do we say that we're going to do? We say that we're going to establish justice. So this means you can't just run out and do something and get away with it. At the moment we have stopped establishing justice, we no longer have a more perfect union, because some people are getting away with things that other people don't. And historically, this has been groups of people who are minorities who did not get away with the things that the privileged classes got away with. So the United States said, we want justice. Justice has to exist for a more perfect union. They didn't say we've done it. They didn't say we figured it out. They didn't say we've got it going on. They said, if we want a more perfect union, we have to establish justice. Number 2, ensure domestic tranquility. This means we don't fight with our neighbors. This means we don't have civil wars. This means that in order to stay aware and protect our borders, and to form a more perfect union, we don't harass each other. We ensure domestic tranquility. The third thing, we provide for the common defense. This doesn't mean that you buy your guns and I buy my guns. This means we have a standing military that we trust to do its job and protect us. And we establish justice so that the law can protect us. Number 4, promote the general welfare. This means the good of the people, the health of the people. We promote good health. That's to have a more perfect union. We, the people of the United States, ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America in order to promote the general welfare. People are healthy and happy. Number 5, we secure the blessings of liberty. We secure them. Think about that. This generation is passing along fewer rights to its young women than any generation in history that has already gained a right. We've had more rights than we're giving to our children in the United States. To secure the blessings of liberty. Liberty is a blessing. It's not something you have to work for. It's not something you have to deserve. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. To ourselves and our posterity. We have to give our children better rights, more liberty, better health, better emotional well-being, a more perfect union than we ourselves were able to create. The Constitution is very hopeful. The Constitution doesn't say we figured it all out, we're going to give it to you, we're going to hand you this wonderful thing we've done. It says, damn, we don't really have it right, but we have hope. And in order to move forward, we're going to pass this hope to our children that we will have justice. We will have domestic tranquility. We will have a common defense, a military that can protect us. Listen, China and Russia are working together. They have established a trade route for China that comes very close to Alaska. Russia is used to military bases in very cold, icy weather. We are about to give away Alaska as a military base to Russia and China because we're too busy fighting each other over the crap that they said and the fear that they stirred up in ordinary Americans. They have taken away our domestic tranquility. They have taken away the peace that we find with each other. They have taken away our constitutional rights and our constitutional responsibilities. by brainwashing people who will listen. Let's not play into these games. Let's learn what our Constitution says. Let's protect it. Let's protect our rights as Americans. Let's stand up for them. Let's learn how to keep them. And that's what this series is going to be about. And I welcome you to come, and I hope that you will leave comments, questions, and wild screams of protest in the comment section below. And I hope you have a great week. Take care. Be free.